Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This October I'm joining the Inktober challenge by Shania Bow, who is doing a dragon-inspired series. And I'm putting my own twist to it. I'll be drawing hybrids of women and dragons, one for every single prompt. For the first week of this challenge, I'm focusing on improving my digital art. Usually I work with traditional mediums, like colored pencils, gouache, and acrylic paints. But this time I really wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone and experiment more digitally. Each week I'll be switching to a different medium, so by the end of October I'll have explored a whole range of styles and techniques. So let's start with week 1 and our first 7 prompts. I began this challenge with my mushroom dragon. I started by sketching her out in a soft brown color. I wanted it to feel earthy and organic from the very beginning. I added lots of little mushrooms around her body, experimenting with shapes and sizes, until I decided she'd be inspired by the fly agaric mushroom, or in German, der Fliegenpilz. When I started painting, I added white freckles on her face to tie the concept together and make her look more alive and whimsical. Then I worked on the background, painted her hair, and added mushrooms growing on her body. And honestly, I really love how she turned out. This one might actually be one of my favorites. What do you think? Do you have a name for my mushroom dragon? If you do, drop it down in the comments. I'd love to see your ideas. Now let's move on to day 2. The plant dragon. And I think I might love this one even more than the mushroom dragon. I started by sketching out the pose of the woman, something dynamic but still soft and elegant. Then I played around with her hair, giving her plant-like spikes that look like leaves or thorns, and added more along her arms and tail to make her look a bit fierce. After finishing the line art, I realized how much I love my drawings before the coloring stage. There's just something about clean lines that really shows the character's design. At the end of this video, I show you both the line art and colored versions, so you can tell me in the comments which one you prefer. If you look closely, you'll also see her tiny little plant companion sitting on her head. I think he's super cute. And that's it for day 2, the plant dragon. Day 3 is the Blossom Dragon, and I was really hyped for this one because I wanted it to look whimsical and cutesy. I started with a sketch giving her small horns and big flowy volumized hair. Then I began drawing her dress, which I absolutely love doing. It was so detailed and soft, and I could have spent hours just working on that part. After that, I gave her wings and scales to tie her back to the dragon theme. But then I decided to change her hairstyle. I erased the big fluffy hair and replaced it with a slick back look. It added a nice contrast, the cute delicate dress against the more edgy dragon-like hair. Then I colored everything in, adding lots of small details, and that's it for day 3, the Blossom Dragon. For day 4, the prompt was Stone Dragon, and I wanted her to look much more fierce and ancient compared to the others. I started by sketching her portrait, and then I lined it using a gray tone to give that stone feeling right from the start. I think this might be my favorite line art so far. It just came out really clean and elegant. Her hair was inspired by crystals, kind of blocky and sharp like rectangular shards, and I added deep shadows and textures to make her look sculpted. To give her a bit of history, I added moss growing on her shoulders and stones, like she's been sitting still for centuries. Then came day 5, the pond dragon. I wanted to do something different here, something a bit more peaceful and mysterious. I imagined her as a snake-like dragon, floating in a calm pond. Her head is above the water, while her body moves underneath the surface. Her hair drifts under the water too, and on her body grow water lilies and lotus flowers, floating just above her skin. I even added a tiny frog at the bottom, just because it felt right. Later, when I added texture, I made a small mistake and had to edit the contrast to fix it. In the end, I darkened the colors a bit to make it look more moody and mystical. And now I actually prefer it that way. Next up is day 6, the water dragon. I started with her horns and added gills to really make her look like an underwater creature. I covered her scales, added long flowing fins, and made her hands a bit more abstract and elongated, almost like a sea spirit. Then I used soft pinks, greens, and blues, added shadows, and created lighting from above so it looks like she's glowing on the water. I finished it off with tons of bubbles to give it the dreamy underwater feeling. And finally, day 7, the light dragon. I really wanted this one to feel powerful and ethereal, like she's made of light itself. I sketched her standing tall, with the sun shining behind her and the beams passing through her wings. I wanted her to look a little bit holographic, like light is refracting off her scales. Then I added a soft glow around her entire body, light reflections in her eyes, and deeper shadows for contrast, so it looks like the light is coming from behind her. This one really feels special to me, almost like the perfect way to end the first week. And that's all 7 prompts for the first week of my Inktober Dragon Challenge. I had so much fun working digitally and exploring new textures and ideas. Here you can see all of my favorite line art versions again. I think each one has its own charm. I'd love to know in the comments which dragon was your favorite, and whether you prefer the line art or the colored versions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me next week, where I'll switch to new medium for week 2 of this challenge. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.